not standard way of learning, because he was learning without classical commentary of Rashi. So it's important. I thought it's important to check also a little bit Rashi, because to check how he see the situation, because we had noticed that Yaakov, the way he behaved with Esau, it looks on first glance not justified. So maybe Rashi will address this question. So the first story, we will check a little bit Rashi here and there, just to see how he is looking at the story. So Rivka, Yitzhak. Here. So it's so first of all, about the sons, when they was inside Rivka, it's on pasuk 22. Vayetchotzetzu. So the children was running. They don't have a link to midrash. Maybe here they have a link to midrash. Oh, Bereshit Rabbah. Yes. And Yalkut Shimoni. Okay, so ויתחוצצו על כורחך, המקרא הזה אומר דרשני. So first of all, Rashi tries to understand the simple meaning, and he doesn't have a success, and because of this, so pshat, he cannot understand pshat, and he says, המקרא הזה אומר דרשני. So this pasuk says דרשני, you should make drasha. שסתם, מהי הרציצה הזאת? Why you should make drasha? Because what means ויתרוצצו, it doesn't explain. They was running. וכתב, אם כן, למה זה אנוכי? And Rivka asks, if they running, so why am I living? Why am I existing? So Rashi thinks about pregnant women. So Rashi thinks that it's normal if there is some discomfort or maybe pain here and there. So for Rashi, it's hard to understand why it was so surprising for Rivka, this feeling inside her womb. And this is why Rashi brings midrash, famous midrash, רבותינו דרשו לשון ריצה כשהייתה עוברת על פתחי תורה של שם ועבר, יעקב רץ ומפרכס לצאת. רץ, so ויתרוצצו is from the verb to run, but how it's connected to run, because it's very closed room, how can you run? It's like, it reminds me of these hamsters that run in the circle, in the wheel. So interesting midrash. כשהייתה עוברת על פתחי תורה. So when Rivka was passing by the building של שם ואמר, where was learning Torah, שם ואמר, in midrash it's a famous place of learning Torah, שם ואמר, it's very ancient people. Shem, Ham, Vayefet. So I guess it's the children of Noah. Shem is the son of Noah. So now is Abraham, it's 10 generations after Noah. Okay, anyway, it was existing this place of learning. So Yaakov רץ ומפרכס לבוא. So Rivka is passing by Beit Midrash. So Yaakov trying to run away from her womb because he wants to go to learn Torah. It's on the one hand. עוברת על פתחי עבודת אלילים. And when Rivka was passing by the sacred place where people was serving Avodah Zarah, serving idols and worshipping idols, then Esav mecharkes latzet. Then Esav wanted to leave and to go serve Avodah Zarah. So it's you heard about this midrash before? Oh, it's very famous. So this is why I wanted to learn also just to know this additional layer. And so it's very interesting because we already see that in opinion of Midrash, Yaakov is very positive character and Esav is very negative. דבר אחר מתרוצצים זה עם זה, and so the first midrash is from Bereshit Rabbah, and next Rashi brings another midrash from ילקוט שמעוני. מתרוצצים זה עם זה ומריבים בנחלת שני עולמות. So Yaakov and Esav was struggling between themselves, and who wins, he will be the ruler in the world. Not only in this world, but also in the next world. So this is first Rashi. And I want to see maybe more one or two to see this. We can see that Rashi have this specific worldview that he shows us here. Shnei Laumim, Malchut, Milaom, Ye'amatz. Oh, also interesting. So the prophecy that Rivka receives for her question, why he have so big pain about this pregnancy. So it says, Uleom milaom yemat, that one nation will be stronger than other nation. So Rashi explains, Lo yeshvu bigdula. It will not be a situation when they will be the same strong, like in box, right? You have a fight and someone have to win. It will not be a situation when people just in peace and have have the same power or the same power. Yes. So someone is stronger than the other, and it will be no situation that they will have the same power. Ksheze kam, when someone is winning, ze nofel, the other is losing. So it's from Masechet Megillah. Rashi brings a historical example, so I not prepared city Tzor. So most likely it's midrashim was written in this time of Roman struggle or Greek before. So our sages was referring to this, and Tzor. So the Jerusalem was destroyed. So it's Masechet Megillah. Masechet Megillah is after the destruction of the temple. It's around 9th century, Common Era, and the temple was destructed first century, Common Era. So why? So after the temple was destroyed, and we see the Roman Empire becomes bigger and bigger. So why? It becomes bigger, not because they have a right by themselves to become stronger, but because Jerusalem was destroyed. So this was the reason why Tzor was built. So we discussed it also in the lesson with Rabbi Grossberg. It's the law of physics. If maybe you know it. Newton. You know this person, Newton? Mm-hmm. Isaac Newton. So the third law of physics. I open it in Russian. Maybe we can open it in other language. English, for example. Let's see. Newton's third law. To every action there is always opposite and equal reaction. Or the mutual actions of two bodies upon each other are always equal and directed to contrary parts. The last part I'm not sure what it means. So our sages understood again. So we're reading this story and we need to understand how the story is connected to us. We have Yaakov and we have Esav. So it's important to notice that our sages, they understood that Esav is not only the person that lived many years ago, many centuries ago, thousands of years ago, but also they have this association because one of the names of Esav is Edom, red. Sages understood that Edom is red color, and also they was they saw these Roman soldiers that was using also red color in their outfit. So they have this association that the struggle between Esav and Yaakov reminds them, represents the struggle between the Israel state back then and Roman Empire back then. So this is how they see these connections. So very important, we see that Yitzhak loved Esav, right? So if we understood that Yaakov is a positive character and Esav is negative, so it's very strange why Yitzhak loved Esav. So Rashi addresses this question also. Yodea Tzayid. So we explained yesterday why Esav was loved by his father, because Esav was hunting and bringing meat. So meat is very important food for a person, of course. So it's logical that Yitzhak was loving Esav. But if this is the explanation why Rivka was not loving Esav, Torah doesn't explain about Rivka. So let's see how Rashi explains it. So first of all, when the children grow up, then they split into different lifestyles. So Rashi explains also from Bereshit Rabbah, so when children are small, they look the same when you go to kindergarten, so they were very similar, but when they grow up, you can see the difference and the character more profound. So the same here, when they become 13 years old, what we call bar mitzvah, then one went to Beit Midrash and the other went to Avodat Elim, to the temple of Avodah Zarah, pagan temple with idols. So again, we see that Midrash represents Esav as very negative character. Yodea Tzayid. So what means Yodea Tzayid? So we explained Pshat yesterday that Yodea Tzayid, a person knows how to hunt animals. You want to ask? Yes,
yes, but something a little bit off topic. But you said that the meat is very important for the food, and if you want to make a connection, a bridge to today. So why you think we say shakol on meat? Because this is the least.
It's interesting.
Is the
brachot,
least.
Ilchot brachot.
If we have other things on the table.
I'm just in this context of serving. So what is serving? When you go to temple, you bring an offering, so you eat offering together with God. So there is two types of offering. Meat offering, this is, for me, it's standard. And sub-optimal offering, it's from bread. So it's very big event. So it's not happening every day because it's expensive to eat meat. So because of this, when person eat meat, it's a holiday, something special. Ilchot brachot, yes, it's interesting about brachot. Why the meat? Very good question. We need to think about it. Maybe it's connected also to this topic of vegan culture. So it's a good thing to eat meat, or it's not a good thing to eat meat. So in order to eat meat, we need to destroy life. So obviously, it's not a good idea on first glance. So maybe if you will have special blessing for meat, so people will think that it's very important to eat meat. So maybe it's the reason that we don't have special blessing for meat, because if we would have it, then we will think that it's important to eat it, but it's not important. But it's very big topic about vegan. So, for example, a famous opinion of Rav Kook. Also, we talk about Mashiach. Yes, everyone talks about Mashiach and about the temple. So we're waiting for the temple to be rebuilt. But what happens then? So standard approach that we will have an animal offerings in the temple, right? But for today culture, it's very strange to have animal offerings. So we have a special opinion of Rabbi Cook that in the third temple it will be only offerings from wheat, from bread, not with meat. And he goes with this context of vegan ideology. So
Back in the time?
So at the beginning of 20th century, it was vegan movement. It was beginning, and it have religious roots in Christianity also. So it's a very big topic. And so Rabbi Cook talks about the future. So we expect the third temple to be built, right?
Yes.
And he claims that in the third temple we will have only offerings from plant, right? From wheat or from wine, without meat. And he have a quote from Nevi'im, Nevi'im, וערבה להשם מנחת יהודה וירושלים כימי עולם וכשנים קדמוניות. Mincha. So for the prophecy goes about the future, that for God, the mincha. So mincha, it's the type of korban from mel, from wheat, that it will be arev, it will be good for God, kimei olam, like it was before. So it doesn't says korban Yerushalayim, so it says only mincha. So it's the pasuk that Rabbi Cook can refer to it for his idea. Okay, so we're coming back. Yudeat side. So why Yitzhak was loving Esav and not Yaakov? Yudeat side. So Rashi brings very interesting explanation. What means side? What means hunting? So usually when you want to hunt, you need to build a trap, for example, right? So you need to dig
A hole?
pit, yes, and you cover it with leaves, and then the animal comes and falls into pit, and then you can catch and kill this animal and eat it, right? So what was the hunting, the trap here? Latzut ularamot et aviv befiv. So Rashi says that Esav knows how to make a trap for his father. And Esav was using his mouth, his words, Veshalo. So Esav was asking a question, Abba, he'ach me'asrim et hamelach ve'et hateven. I like a question. So it's very close to me as a rabbi, because sometimes people ask different questions, not because they want answers, but because they want to make a statement, right? So Esav was asking his father how I need to make maaser. You know maaser? So you need to give it to temple, 1 out of 10. 1/10 part of. So usually we do it with wheat, with grain, and also with fruits. But Esav was asking about other topics. Melech. Melech is salt. Vet hateven. And teven, this is what animal eat after you harvest. You have the grain and you have this grass. So you don't need the grass. You give it to animals, right? So Esav was asking how you.
Hoi of Deutsch.
Hoi. How you need.
Hey in English.
How you need to להפריש. How I say להפריש? I forget. How you need to make this maaser from the salt and from this hoi. כסבור אביו שהיה מדקדק במצוות. So what impression it makes for his father? It makes the impression that person is very interested in observing commandments, mitzvot. So not only Esav, it's important for him to make the minimum, but also he wants to make maximum, right? To give to God not only the grain and fruits, but also the salt and this grass for animals. So it makes impression that he was righteous person. So because Esav made this trap for his father, so father fell into this trap. So the love of Yitzhak to Esav was a mistake. This is the idea of midrash. Ish sadeh. No. So in this, so again, yesterday we learned that Esav have advantage, so Yaakov have disadvantage. Esav knew how to catch prey, and Yaakov didn't know. So we see Esav as strong and Yaakov as weak. But also Rashi addresses this. אינו בקיא בכל אלה כליבו כן פיו מי שאינו חריף לרמות קרוא איתם. So what means סתם?
Like in Chalaf Stam. Like in Chalaf Stam.
Chalaf Stam, no. So, Stam and Tam, different words. No,
there's different words.
Stam, it's root with 3 words. And Tam, we need to find the root. But Samech, there is no Samech here. So it's different root. Tam, it's like Shalem. Whole. So yesterday we explained that Esav was hunting. Because of this, he had wounds. So Yaakov doesn't have wounds. It's a very simple explanation. But Rashi explains other way. Tam, it's about mental or about soul. Sheino harif leramot. So the person. So it's the opposite of arum. So we have person. How I say it, arum. You remember the snake at the garden, Gan Eden? So how you call this character? Person that wants to so I can say translation here. Tam, ganz hingebend, אינו בקיא בכל אלה. In all diesem nicht erfahren, כי ליבו כן פיו, sein Herz so war sein Mund, מי שאינו חריף לרמות קרוא איתם, wer nicht scharf sinnig zum Betrügen ist. Oh, Betrügen. So how okay. Ist wird Tam genannt. Okay, so this is Tam. So Esav was a wicked person. He wanted to say something and make impression that is not connected to reality, to his father, and to win something out of these lies. But Yaakov was opposite. Tam is person, honest person, right? It's this is what means Tam. Okay. So why is Yaakov decided to buy this Bechorah? Maybe Rashi will explain it also. Oh, yes, Rashi explained it. 31, Mechra kayom bechoratcha. So why it was important for Yaakov to receive Bechorah? Because Rashi now explained that Yaakov was a honest person. So if you're honest and Esav was the first, so why you should take away Bechorah from the first? So it's not honest. So Rashi explains, Lefisha ha'avodah b'vechorot. So why it's important who is the first? Because the service is, so who serves God in the temple? Bechor, firstborn. So because of this, Amar Yaakov sat and said, Ein rasha ze kedai she'akriv la'akadosh baruch hu. This wicked person should not make an offering to God. No. So this is how Rashi see this conflict. So why Esav agreed to give away? You want to say?
Yeah, but this is even more like the story of Cain and Havel, because the one was the wicked. He refused to give the best offerings, and the other one And God also decided which one he decided with pleasure and which one he rejected.
We can check the story. It's interesting to compare because we discussed it with other person, and it's not the pshat like you saying, in my opinion at least. So let's check this story. So it's the conflict between two brothers, right? So it's after they was sent away from this garden. Oh, let's see. So it's Bereshit Dalet, 4 chapter. ואדם ידע את חווה אשתו, ותחר ותלת את חיים, ותאמר קניתי איש את אדוני, ותוסף ללדת את אחיו ואת אחיו, ולהבה לרועה צאן, וקין היה עובד אדמה. Oh, so two children, the firstborn is Cain, first, and the second is Hevel.
Hevel, yeah.
Hevel. Hevel. Oh, they have very good text. Cain. So we use
Abel.
Yes, because it comes from Greek language. So the Bible, popular Bible, it's translation from Greek. So in Greek they have pronounced in specific way. Maybe they was doing it in the right way, but today we're doing it in other way. So the firstborn was Cain and the second was Hevel, and what was their lifestyle? So Hevel, he was working with like a shepherd, with animals, with sheep and cows. Cain haya oved adama, but the firstborn was working at the field. So it's very important to understand how it works. So my idea was that someone that working on the field, he's connected to specific place. So it's like more stable, right? So you have your field, you work, and you have crop and harvest regularly, right? But someone that works with animals, he needs to seek a place where animals can live, can eat. So if you have one field and animals eating grass in this field, so as far as I understand, the grass, so next day or next week, it will be no grass here. So you need to go to other place to look for new grass, right? So this is very different type of life. So this type of life of this person.
Hevel?
Yes, Hevel was with animals, so Hevel was less stable, so Cain was strong and Hevel was weak. It's my theory. ויהי מקץ ימים, ויבן קין מפרי אדמה מנחה לאדוני, והבל מנחי גם הוא ממחות צאנו ממך והן, וישע אדוני אל הבל ואל מנחתו. So after days or years, Cain brought offering for God, mincha. So mincha means present, translation. And mipiri adama, from vegetables or grain.
From the earth, adama.
Yes, but pri it's fruit, from the fruits of the earth. L'Hashem. And Hevel also brought offering. I'm just checking the order. So Cain was first, so it's logical that Cain will do it firstborn, and Hevel was second, so it's correct order. So Hevel also brought offering or present from his animals and from Chelev. Chelev, it's fat. So fat was considering best part in animals. Vayisha Hashem el Hevel v'minchato, because our brain loves fat. Yes? You understand?
Yes.
And also sweet. Vayisha Hashem el Hevel v'minchato. So Hashem needs to, I don't know why he needs to choose. He could accept both offerings, but Hashem accepted the offering of Hevel. And for Cain, he did not. And it was very sad for Cain. And then we see God negotiation to Cain and tries to cheer him up. Doesn't matter. But why? This is the question. Why God chose Hevel and not Cain? So my theory, because Cain was stronger and he have place, like you said yesterday, parnasa. He have place where he receives food regularly. He was strong, and Hevel was weak because he needs to scatter around. It's like a stranger. Bedouin, I call it Bedouin style of life. So you need to go to other place regularly to seek a new place for your animals, because without it you will not have something to eat. Yes, so you need animals to have food. For example, milk. Yes, animals give milk. So from milk you can make cheese and all the products, and also you can eat these animals sometimes. You cannot eat too much because they give you milk. So my theory is that Hevel was weak, and this is the reason why God accepted his offering. And you said more famous explanation, because one brought from the best and second brought from the worst.
It's an explanation. I thought it's pshat. I thought it's in the
But
text.
it's not written.
No, it's not written.
This is the point, but because in text it's not written why God chose this one and not this one. So it should be some obvious reason that you don't need to describe. So this is my theory, because one is weaker and the other is stronger. So Rashi, your explanation is Rashi mipri ha'adama min hagarua. So Rashi explains that offering from fruits of the earth, it was the worst part. V'yesh agada. Additionally, Rashi brings a midrash that it was zera pishtan, linen seeds. So it's not wheat, it's not barley, it's something not valuable. Linen. Sometimes you can buy it in linen seeds, and sometimes when you buy muesli, they put some garbage there, like linen seeds. I don't know why.
Maybe this is why we can't wear shatnez.
Shatnez. It's not a topic. Why we can wear
But this is linen, right?
Shatnez, it's linen and wool together.
Yes.
Exactly.
Maybe because of them, because one bring the good part, the wool, and the linen, like.
Oh. No, Shatnez, it's called kilaim, and we have other types of kilaim. So we need to understand Shatnez with this context.
But well, my point is, if Yaakov was concerned that maybe the wrong is receiving the good blessing.
So we before blessing. So we now at Bechorah. So why the firstborn is important? Rashi explains because the service. Shalom, shalom. Because of the service. So the one that is the firstborn, he serves God.
Exactly, like the firstborn in the temple.
Yes.
And that not the wrong is serving in the temple. Shouldn't he consider like this story, that God was also choosing the good one and not the bad one?
But about the people, we don't know who was the better person.
Okay.
We don't know there. There Rashi explains. But there we talk about the action. So the action was doing like a wrong decision. You bring something worst part for God because you're doing it maybe formal, just not because you serve with your soul. Okay, so coming back, so we explained why it was important for Yaakov to receive this service, and now we need to understand why Esav agreed. So the same explanation. אמר עשיו, מה טיבה של עבודה זו? אמר לו, כמה זכרות ואנשים מתות לא ינבע, כי אותה ששנינו. So Esav was saying, what's the meaning to serve God? Why we need it? אמר לו, כמה זכרות? And here Rashi refers to the laws, how you serve in the temple. There is so many death penalties when you're doing something wrong, so it's very dangerous. So it's not worth it. So for example, if you're drunk, you drink wine, so you cannot serve. So it's difficult, right? אמר, אני הולך למות על ידה, אם כן, מה חפץ ליבה? So it's very beautiful how they work with this text in Torah. Because Esav saying, I'm going to die. So what means I'm going to die? So we understood he going to die because it's dangerous, this hunting, right? But Rashi explains, I'm going to die because I have this Bechorah, so I will serve in the temple. And if I will drink wine and I will serve, then I will die. Like we have the story, I guess, Nadav and Avihu, the sons of Aaron, they died.
Oh, yes.
So one of the explanations, they died because they was drunk and so. Vayives Esav et HaBechorah. So the only place where you can see in the text that Esav did something wrong is this phrase, the last phrase, Vayives Esav et HaBechorah. That Esav shows dishonoring or disrespect to this firstborn. So I guess the firstborn was like something sacred. So if Esav says, I don't need it, so it's not beautiful to do. So Rashi emphasizes, He'idha katuv al risho. So here we see that Esav was a wicked person. Shebiza avodato shel makom, because he doesn't want to serve God. Impressive, right? So I just wanted to see this Rashi and midrashim to understand how the oral Torah see the whole story in their way, not in Pshat. So this is two approaches. When we read the text, we have one understanding, which is Pshat, and when we read midrashim and Rashi, we have a different understanding, which is midrash. So it's very interesting, this dynamic. Okay. Do we have time today to start the new topic? Or?
Yes, like 11:20.
Okay, so we can start about this blessing.
Another 30 minutes.
So, which capital? 27, right? Oh, 27.
27 is still.
So now we learn this pshat in this story. Kav Zayin. ויהי כזקן יצחק ותיכנה עיניו מהרעות ויקרא את עשיו בנו הגדול ויאמר אליו בני ויאמר אליו הנני. So the story starts when Yitzhak is getting older and he cannot see, his eyesight is weak. So I guess he understands. I don't know why at this point he decides to call to his son Esav, to his older son, and he says to him, "My son," and Esav says, "I am here." It's very epic style. Lo yadati yom moti. And Yitzhak says, I'm old now, and I don't know, maybe I will die soon. So because Yitzhak feels that he will die soon, he decides to make something special now while he is still alive. So what is the decision of Yitzhak? Yitzhak asks Esav to take his instruments, tal, vekeshet, keshet, this is bow, tal, I don't know what means tal, gehenge. So I guess this lasso, like cowboys used to catch.
Yeah.
Maybe this is tal, because if you want to catch animals, you need instruments, right? So you need to go outside, catch me prey. So we see that it was important to eat meat. It was an event. So Yitzhak asks Esav, you should do me dishes like I love, bring me, and I will eat ba'avur. Why we need all of this? In order that I will bless you, but terem amud, before I will die. Oh? So we see the fear of Yitzhak, that Yitzhak feels or afraid that he will die soon, and it was important to give blessings to his firstborn son before Yitzhak will die. So this is the starting of the story. There is special name. Oh, Katya Karshovsky is watching. This is the social arbeiter. So this is the special. There should be a special name when we have the story, the plot, like in movies, the beginning, when the story is growing.
Introducing, yes.
Okay, so there is a conflict, and so at the end of the story you have the release of conflict, but at the beginning of the story you have the
build up.
Build up. So this is the build up. Very good. Yes. So this is the theory how you make an spiel in theater.
Yes.
ורבקה שומעת. Oh, so now it's the build-up. The beginning of conflict is between. So the beginning was yesterday that Yitzhak loves Esav and Rivka loves Yaakov. So now, most likely, Rivka will not like this idea of Yitzhak to bless Esav, right? So this is Pasuk 5. ורבקה שומעה בדבר יצחק אל עשיו בנו, וילך עשיו בשדה, לצוד ציד להביא. So Rivka was hearing this talk, accidentally, most likely. And then Esav was walking away to catch prey. So this is the end of first act. רבקה אמרה אל יעקב, so the next scene. רבקה talking to Yaakov. בנה, her son. הנה שמעתי את אביך, I heard your father מדבר אל עשיו אחיך לאמור, talking to Esav, your brother, not my son, your brother, and saying like this, הביא אל ציד. So, like a lot of the times in the Bible, we saw also in previous parashat השבוע, that talks are repeated several times. You remember with this Yitzhak, so the slave of Abraham says the mission to him, and then when he meets the parents of this Rivka, he repeats that Abraham said to me. Mm-hmm. So he repeats the same story again. So like here, we have read what Yitzhak said to Esav, and now Rivka telling to Yaakov what Yitzhak said to Esav. Ravi Elutzai, you should bring me prey, Vasri Matamim, you should prepare dishes, Vochel, and I will eat, Va'avarechecha, and I will bless you, Lifnei Hashem, before Hashem, Lifnei Moti, before I will die. Ve'ata bni shma mikol. Also, now the Rivka starts her part. Now, my son, you should listen to my voice. Lasher ani mitzava otach, what I ask you. Lechna el hatzon. Please, you should go to animals, lekachli mesham, and bring me from there shnei gdai izim tuvim. Izim, it's tzigen. Va'aseh otam matamim, and I will bring from them dishes for your father, kasher ahev, like he loves. Interesting. But I guess it's different type of animals. If you go hunting, so it's more like wild animals, like gazelle. So it should be different taste, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm saying that father should pay attention, that it's not what he asks. I don't know, maybe Esav was bringing a lion or a tiger, something like this. And then you will brought to your father, and he will eat, in order that he will give the blessing to you before he will die. So it's very similar like we saw yesterday. That Esav comes and wants to have something, so he's in a weak position, and then Yaakov tries to win out of this weakness. And here it's very similar. The mother of Yaakov, so the Yitzhak doesn't see good, so he will die soon, so he's weak, and he wants to give away something to a specific person. So, and this person is left. So Rivka saw this situation and tries to lobby her agenda to this situation and to win something for her, for the son that she loved. So it's very similar to the story of yesterday. ויאמר יעקב לרבקה אמו. So now let's see how Yaakov acts. He agree to this idea of Rivka, or he disagree. הן עשיו אחי איש שעיר ואנוכי איש חלק, אולי ימושני אבי והייתי בעיניו כמתעתע, והביתי עלי קללה ולא ברכה. So first of all, Yaakov saying that the plan is not good, because the brothers are different. Like we learned, Esav have a lot of hair, and Yaakov is without, shaved. ואנוכי איש חלק. חלק is glatt. Exactly. אולי ימושני אבי, maybe my father will touch me, והייתי בעיניו כמדתה, and he will see me as a liar, והייתי עלי קלה ולא ברכה, and then my father will curse me and not bless me. So it's not worth it. It's better to remain neutral without blessing, but without cursing also. But so what Rivka is saying, it's very fair argument. ותאמר לו אמו עלי קללתך בני, אך שמע בקולי ולך קח לי. So Rivka is saying it's my responsibility, so the curse will be my curse, not your curse. אך שמע בקולי, you should listen to my voice and do like I said, to bring me this animal, house animal. וילך ויקח ויבא לאמו, ותשמו מטעמים כאשר ראה אביו. Then Yaakov went to bring animals to his mother, and he prepared like his father likes. Okay. ותיקח רבקה את בגדי עשיו. So how she reacts to the question of Yaakov about the hair. So you can take this fake hair. How you call it? What woman wears?
Perücke?
פריק. ותיקח רבקה את בגדי עשיו בנה הגדול החמודות אשר איתה בבית, ותלבש את יעקב בנה הקטן. So in order that the father will not feel the difference, you just need to wear clothes. And the structure of clothes should represent the hair of Esav. So it was the same. It was the clothes of Esav. So Rivka took the clothes of Esav, achamudot, precious clothes, expensive clothes, אשר איתה בבית, ותלבש את יעקב בנה הקטן. So I need to finish because battery goes down.
Then we finish.
No, we can continue. I just need to close this stream here.